start with the opening prayer. And I'm going to call on Mrs. Joke and Nebeli to please come and pray for us.
Father, we commit everything we're going to do today into your able hands. We're asking that from the beginning to the end, you will take all the glory, you will take preeminence. Father, we give you all the praise, we give you all the glory. We exalt you, we magnify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
We have to still be on our feet, please, as we take the Awlo National Pledge. That's going to be led by Miss Daniela Emmanuel.
My name is Miss Daniela Emmanuel Bassi, and I'm here to read African Women in Leadership Organization Pledge. I see me and hundreds of women like me from all walks of life meeting together in friendship and sisterhood to advance our common goals. I have begun a journey of discovery, a journey to find self, and what great things I have discovered. I found I can be whatever I dreamed. I found that I am not shackled by society in any way. Whatever holds me down exists in my mind. I found I could transfer the skills of nurturing my children to nurturing an entire community and an entire nation if I dared. I found that my inner strength prevailed against any obstacle that sought to trounce my goals. I found that I had no need to prove a point to society, but that my womanhood is enough to confound anyone that thought me incompetent. I found that beauty exists much more potently on the inside, and that it is this inner beauty that fully assuages. I am a woman in the 21st century. I stand on the shoulders of the African women who forged on in the face of gender discrimination. The women who found themselves so they could serve their communities. May we all repeat after me. My journey is unfolding.
My journey is unfolding.
Much more exciting chapters await as I and other African women write our stories. I am worthy. I am a woman. I am an African woman. I am an African woman of worth. Thank you.
We're going to take a welcome address from the Awlo founder himself, the man who brought us here together, talking about Honorable Elisha Atai.
Let me thank God first for making this day a reality. But let me appreciate my mommy. She's been there. I didn't expect her to be here this morning. She shocked me with her, I didn't even know she's the one. She looks so smart. The jeans, the t-shirt. Mommy Oprah, I appreciate Her Royal Majesty, Erelu, Abiola. This woman, I met her for the first time when we had to travel to Abiokuta. Mommy Arene, where do I start? You are the one that will come and tell us why we are here. WFM have been hitting it hard. I really appreciate you for what you're doing, for being part of this program. Thank you so much. I have my friend. He's the only male speaker we're going to be having today. I'm talking about Mr. Ola Ikon. He came all the way from Abuja. Manti, the UN woman. Most of you, I don't want to say much about Manti. You will hear her when she handles the panel. She's a great gift. My job is just to welcome you, and Mommy Arene will come and give us details on what this council is all about. I welcome you all. Please put your hands together for my wife. She's here. Can we please, I don't know, Mommy, permit me. Let's sing happy birthday song to my wife.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
May God bless you.
Put your hands together for Mommy as she comes up, please.
Chief Opro Mason Benson, the chairman of the BOT. Can we clap for her? Whenever I see her, I'm happy. Just knowing that she's in this organization is such an inspiration for me. Mommy, I salute you. You see the young man by her side. He is a gift to mankind. The whole thing about the women's saga is like we are fighting men. But it's ironical and very sweet that a man is the brain behind this organization for women. Can we recognize the benevolence of this great man? A special man created by God with a special calling. Sir, we appreciate you. And of course, your sweet wife, my baby. I welcome you all live. I have already met some of you on the global platform in the net, but today you are live. I have so far been energized by your vibrancy, all of you, and impassioned by your gumption. You are indeed worthy of your name. The next generation female leaders, I salute your courage, motivation, and passion. I stand forever grateful to being a global mother to such highly multi-potential female youth, and for your sacrifices and labors of love already. The future is in your hands. The future begins now, today, and you are here. The special thing about Awlo, which I want everybody to know, first of all, is non-profit. It is for people who know that they have a mission, a purpose in life, to keep mankind going forward positively, and they are giving back. If we really want a great Africa of tomorrow, Awlo is where to support.
I'd like to introduce an amazing woman. Her Royal Highness, Erelu Abiola Dosumu. She is the Erelu of Egbaland, Erelu Kuti 4 of Lagos.
Good morning, everyone. I recognize all of you, no matter how successful you are, no matter how beautiful you think you are, no matter how great you think you are. If you don't have the fear of God, you're wasting your time. Because one day, like a thief in the night, I'll pounce on you. And who can ask God why he does what he does? A lot of young people today have lost their ways because of us mothers. If you don't carry other people along and give support, you see, we have it in Yoruba that nothing goes up that does not come down. The day you come down, if you have not built up enough goodwill, you're going to be on your own.
What a mother you have here, and so highly placed. She's helped us and already trained some of our girls. And she's still helping. She's one of the few women in the world that has gone to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. She climbed the mountain.
I work for IBM. And in IBM, we believe in the power of the women, the power of the woman. So we partnered with Michelle Obama's Let Girls Learn, powerful initiative all over the world. And basically, it is to make sure that every girl child has access to education. So a couple of months ago, so IBM chose 3 countries to put resources into those countries to help educate girls. And Ghana was one of the countries that was chosen. And by the way, did you know, and this I learned when I was there, the prosperity of a nation, is measured by the prosperity of a woman. Do you believe this? If you believe this, give every every woman here a round of applause, because we all have a mission. We all have a duty to uphold our nation. And if you look at all the nations of the world that are doing well, look at how they treat their women. That's the secret. That is the secret. And that's where and that's where organizations like this are powerful and will be powerful, because they're celebrating and empowering women. So, all the accolades that have been given this morning by the founders of this great, great, great initiative should be given another round of applause, because it's true. Because they are on a mission to make this country great.
We're talking about Awlo, which is about the African Women's Leadership Organization. First and foremost, before we talk about your place in business and all that, we're talking about taking leadership positions in our communities. I'm very passionate about us doing that, because if you do that, in the next 3 months, 6 months, Awlo could be a household name. If every single youth council member decides that they're going to maybe partner with another youth council member and take up a project in your community. It might be a project where you're going to empower market women. It might be a project where you're going to empower girls in secondary school. You want to be present with meaningful, relevant, impactful things of value. And your target audience then becomes the Nigerian community. There are so many people that don't have things. There are girls that don't even have money to use sanitary towel. I'm telling you, in Lagos, they don't even know about personal hygiene. Take up that as a project and go and do that. They don't even have toilets. You can come together, 2, 3 people, get people to contribute money and build a toilet for the girls to use. That is a project. And then you can then proudly put hashtag Awlo, hashtag Youth Council. That is meaningful.
I'm going to say the change in me started at a very young age when I was 7 years old. That was when I got involved in radio, because my father was a broadcaster. So for me, if you're here today and you still have not been able to figure out what you want to do, it's never too late. But once you know what you want to do, please keep focused and keep doing it. Keep failing and keep getting up to do it. At a young age, as I said, I knew what I wanted to do, and I kept going to the radio station with actually the TV station with my father. And today, I have worked all my life in radio, doing women's stuff. I've worked all my life working with women in prison, female ex-offenders. I've worked all my life with trafficked women. Everything I've done centers around women and young girls. And so please do not despair, your humble beginnings. Focus on what you want to do. You need to know that you have to push and persevere. 5 years it took us to get to where we are today. And in 2 years, I kept on explaining to my husband why it's important for him to support what I'm doing. Because he mattered, I told him. I didn't tell every other person that did not matter, because there's no point wasting your dreams. So I explained to him why he needed to support me. So young ladies and gentlemen, only explain yourself to people that matter.
What is a mentor? A mentor is that person that you have sat down with and shared your vision. The person has said to you, I love what I have heard about you. I like your person. I like the vision that you have set for yourself. I will work with you on this vision. So a mentor sets out time to meet with you. Never fails. You must have targets with your mentor and agree with your mentor on the things you will achieve. And then your meetings with your mentor are almost like going for examination. Mentors and mentees are people that commit to doing certain things, and they do those things as at when due. A mentor is someone who takes you on a journey that will transform your life.
Why exactly do you feel that it's time for young women to leave, well, the new word to describe us being behind time is the other room? Why do you think that this is an important time in history for African women to leave the back room and get to the front row?
We've had enough of bottom ranking in everything. HDI, we are bottom ranking. Multi-dimensional poverty rating, we are bottom line. Gender, global gender gap index, GGGPI, we are bottom line. Is it not time to change? There is a lot of poverty, biting poverty, multidimensional poverty, that is in every angle. Human Development Index, not standard of living, 0. It's about time for the mothers to be given the opportunity to try their hands. And that is when we have trained women to come on board. We are not going to allow them to try their hands as we left the other ones do. Yeah. And we have seen the result. We are going to do a proper developmental intervention along stages from infancy to young women to make sure that they are properly prepared for this assignment. God wants to hand the world over to women if Jesus tarries. Because the world is suffering, hurting, and women will bring the change.
How exactly is your place helping us in the emerging markets? How exactly do women position themselves to get in this kind of leadership that we are assuming in Nigeria? How many years from now do you think we'll have a female president in Nigeria?
2019.
Do you think Nigeria is ready for a female president in 2019? Please let us know.
In the next decade, the impact of women in the global economy is going to hit us like the way China, you know, the impact that the Chinese brought into the global economy is going to be that evident. If we don't get there to make decisions, how are we going to change things? We need to stop shying away from politics, women. We need to take it. It's no longer a time that you ask questions like, who is going to let me? How am I going to do it? The question right now should be, who is going to stop me? Until Nigeria recognizes the place and the power of a woman, I don't think we're going to see any real change. Women, it is time. Thank you.
Mrs. Maureen, please can I start by asking you, how did you become who you are? It's relevant we know how you got here, not necessarily your whole life story, but what are the steps you took to become relevant? Why are you a go-to person? How did you get to this point?
Thank you very much, Manti. That's a loaded question. Quite from an early stage, I realized that I am a very anxious person. I like asking questions about a whole lot of things around me, and I like details. I do not pass by anything without trying to find out what it is and the kind of relationship I will have with that thing. An object, a human, a matter, an organism, anything that I come across, I would like to know what that thing is and the kind of impact that thing will make in my life. And I think this is one of the most important things that molded my person. Women, do we know what our priorities are? At any stage in your life, do you know that which is very important about your life, which is very important for your life and the life of other people around you? If you do not know how to set your priorities right, you will not get anywhere. Because at any point in time in life, you have a lot of things battling for your attention, battling for your space and for a whole lot of things about you. If you have, I would say, some form of carelessness in handling those things around you, you will be subsumed and eventually you will not take the lead in whatever you are doing.
Okay, put your hands together again for her. You know what it means to be subsumed? Go just wake up tired for yourself. Let me help you bring it down. As in you wake up one day and you're surprised you're still alive. Mrs. Arena said something, said we have the mothers that are teaching these women. What is it that makes you stand out as a black woman? You have a lot of competition. I know a little about the history of what you do, that you came from the backside of Long Ridge and now everybody is talking about Udeme. How did you do it? And why is it that you choose entrepreneurship as your sector?
I actually want to start with saying that, you know, we talked about something here when we said someone was afraid to use herself as an example. There's something called self-doubt. And because of the kind of environment we find ourselves, a couple of people try to hide behind the mask of, I'm not going to say this before they say I'm proud. Do I have witnesses? And so the few things you do, you're doubting who you are, so you cannot even reach out to somebody and say, okay, I did this. I was able to first and foremost overcome that. I overcame it a long time ago when I graduated from University of Calabar. Came back, and I was working with Le Méridien for a year plus. I had some few cash. And then I was surrounded by a couple of people that just felt after university, the next thing you should do is to get married. I was barely 22. And then it was marriage. Then you have to get married and all of that. And then, okay, the marriage came, the next second, children. The 2 children came. When the kids came, truth is, there was practically no money to feed. Husband lost his job. I was working in a school that the owner of the school was a politician that also lost his job. So they were not paying. You can imagine, I'm telling you, that's the word. The 2 of us with 2 kids, and it was funny. At that point, I decided to look inward. See, there is something in us that is called the big. Say, I play with the big. Say it, please. Yes, there's a big embedded in you. And all of us, we just have it, but it's sitting dormant. And so one of the things that caused me to leap into entrepreneurship was simple, to believe in me. Because see, on my journey, my entrepreneurial journey, I found out something. And it came to my spirit. I wrote it down. It's written in my office. It's everywhere I go. That entrepreneurial stride and a trait are found in all of God's creature. All you have to do is to discover and develop. You can discover. If you do not develop, the world will not hear you. In 6 months, everything changed. In 6 months, I got my first brand new car. In 6 months, we moved from poverty to, I'm telling you, I'm a good life. And in 3 years, I can practically say that I'm a millionaire. Because of taking the leap. Why am I sharing this story? An entrepreneur is a calculated risk taker. Understand, she is not just a risk taker. Calculate it. It was not palatable to carry a suckling baby and be running around to do a business that the terrain wasn't very okay. But I decided to say no to self-doubt, and it is also in you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. At this moment, it is our honor and our pleasure to formally launch the Youth Council of Awlo. All of the persons you see here are members of the Youth Council of Awlo. We welcome them to the council. We congratulate them and we praise them. Give them a round of applause.
Just wave those hands. Wave those hands. I just want us to worship God for one minute.